Please stand in body or spirit for the invocation. How good it is, how very good it is to be together today. And as we enter into this ceremony, bringing with us our excitement and hopes, hear these words. Gathering on this inaugural morning for our 15th president, Dr. Manya Whitaker, we hold all that is possible, all that is life-giving in the highest good, as we claim that we were made for this moment to partner with each other in grounded, empowering, steadfast presidential leadership that lifts up our collective dreams and cultivates community of belonging, encouraging us to dare to be bold, to have courage in the face of fear, equanimity in our discomfort, and faith in the unknown, as together we trust that in these times we have what we need to navigate our shared life and work as we align our attention and intention with clarity of vision in service of the liberal arts, continuously co-creating ecosystems that cultivate and centers authentic relationships as a place of collective and radical transformation that embodies curiosity, kindness, compassion, and patience. On this special inaugural morning, may we call in the wisdom of the sacred, the wisdom of our sacred texts and stories, singers and artists, mentors and thinkers, our beloved ones here in body or spirit, our ancestors, to guide and support us in this new era for CC. May it be so. You may be seated.
Welcome to this important event in the history of Colorado College. I'm Catherine Moorman, former president of CC. I'm delighted to see so many of you here. When I think about CC, I actually think about CCC, 3 C's, not just 2. The 3 C's stand for courage, commitment, and creativity. Let me explain. My first C is courage. When I was president of the college, I had a historical photograph on the wall in my office. It was from the early days of the college. You probably have seen this, many of you. It's Cutler Hall, because that's all CC was at the time. No trees, no bushes, no other buildings around. And to me, it exemplifies courage. Our founding fathers and mothers decided not only did they want to build a city, but they wanted to build a college to go with it. They had a vision for this place, and look where we are now. My second C is commitment. From its earliest days, Colorado College has been committed to the liberal arts and sciences. The mission statement says, to develop those habits of intellect and imagination that will prepare students for learning and leadership throughout their lives. Think about it. If you want to look for another small liberal arts college like CC, you'd have to go all the way to California for Pomona, or east to Grinnell, my alma mater, or Carleton, or Oberlin, or Amherst, or Williams. Colorado College is the liberal arts college in the Rocky Mountain West. It takes commitment to stick with the liberal arts at a time when many students and their parents are looking for career preparation. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm all for CC graduates getting good jobs, but the goal is more than that. My third C is creativity. Almost every person in this room has heard the story of the 1960s when a group of faculty members gathered at, Mike, what was the name of that tavern where they got together? Murphy's. Okay, I was going to say thank you. Thank you. I was going to say Mickey's, and I wasn't quite right. Because they were debating what's the best way to deliver a high-quality liberal arts education. And the result was the block plan, a very creative way to teach and learn in a constrained format. It's not for everyone, as demonstrated by the fact that very few other colleges and universities have chosen anything at all that looks like our block plan. But we've been a model of creative liberal arts education now for more than 50 years. So you're all here today to celebrate the next phase of Colorado College, an institution of courage, commitment, and creativity. Welcome. Now, in the audience today are distinguished guests representing colleges and universities from around the country, as well as a number of public servants who are caring for our communities. Would all of you please rise? Your representatives from other schools? And here on the stage are charter, emeritus, and honorary members of the Colorado College Board of Trustees. We thank you for your lasting commitment to the college and ask that you stand to be recognized. You can sit down now. Now it's time to drop the puck, so to speak, and get on to the main business of the day. Next, we'll hear from some students.
I had the opportunity to be Manya's student starting in 2013, and I feel like I've never stopped. That year, she told me that she thought I could pursue a graduate degree, and in 2024, I graduated with a PhD in educational psychology, and she was there every step of the way. She's one of the most supportive and amazing and engaged mentors that I've ever had, and I would not be here as Dr. Sam today without her.
The most impactful experience that I had with Manya was during an off-campus block in Nashville. We were studying the history of African American education at historically Black colleges, and we were based out of Fisk University in Tennessee. Her ability to combine rich experiences that taught us about the history of education, the importance of student organizing through the Student Nonviolence Coordinating Committee and the African Methodist Episcopal Church, really showcased and helped me understand the power that educational institutions have in pursuing justice. It's a class that I think about a lot.
Manya really played an instrumental role in my college experience. I remember I took a lot of classes with her, but education psychology at Psych, it's still probably the hardest class that I've taken and the most rewarding class I've taken, even after completing a whole master's program. Critical thinking is really emphasized in all CC's classes. It was really drilled into you in Manya's classes. Outside of classroom, Manya really shaped how I think about my work and my values. And how do we dedicate ourselves to serving students with equity at the most center? And as someone who's now in higher education, that is a guidance that I bring with me every day as I show up to work.
And it is an absolute honor and joy to speak about my former professor, beloved mentor, and Colorado College's newest president, Dr. Manya Whitaker. I first met Manya as a junior in her educational psychology course, but a memory we shared together that I will never forget is when I was her teaching assistant for the EdPsych course, the very first block that CC went online during the COVID-19 pandemic. there was a lot of unknowns and uncertainty, and Manya did not falter for a moment. She was incredibly adaptable and determined, showing us so much patience and compassion, and continuing to hold the students and us as a teaching team to a high standard as to what learning could look like from the course content as well as from the moment we were living in. And I think that connects really well to one of the most valuable things that I've learned from Dr. Whitaker, which is that it is incredibly important to challenge yourself and others and to hold yourself and others to a high standard and expectation, especially in times of uncertainty when we may be doubting ourselves or doubting what's happening around us.
Dr. Whitaker modeled for me the teacher I would one day want to be and the teacher I dream every student will be able to experience at least once. I am who I am today, a person who asks questions, laughs loud, leans into curiosity, always on top of the newest research and education, and challenging the status quo because of Manya. Manya showed me that it's okay to be creative, ask why, and most importantly, be myself. I learned through her that my life experiences were an asset. And it is those experiences that allow me to work harder and advocate for communities that I care about in a way that is well respected and awe-inspiring, just as she is.
I think one of the most valuable things I learned from Manya is really to have a no compromise attitude when it comes to the well-being and education of children and the well-being and fortitude of teachers. She's always willing to collaborate, work together, engage critically with faculty and colleagues, and she also does not compromise when it comes to providing true engagement and education in a way that is individualized and unique. And it really inspired me as a learning specialist to have a no compromise attitude when it comes to my fierce advocacy for neurodiverse children. And she instilled that in me, and I use that every day.
I always say that CC took a risk on me, and you were the first educator that saw potential in me. And what you taught me that's so valuable is that you shouldn't see people for who they are today or who they were yesterday, but who they can be tomorrow. And that's something I carry forward. My grandfather had an expression that if we measure our success by the growth of those around us, we're all certain to prosper. And what I can say about your success is that it's the product of the growth of countless students who've had the opportunity to learn with you here at Colorado College. I'm so excited for this next chapter of CC and really excited to see you shine as president. Congratulations.
Hello. Hi. We are Element. We are CC's Femme Plus a cappella group, and today we'll be singing Rise Up by Andra Day at request of President Manya Whitaker. So thank you.
When you're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find the fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out and move mountains. We gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, high like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. When the silence isn't quiet and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet and move mountains, bring it to its feet, move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again.
And I'll rise up, high like the waves, I'll rise up, in spite of the ache, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. All we need is hope, and for that we have each other, and for that we have each other. We will rise, yeah, we will rise, we'll rise.
And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up, in spite of the ache, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And we'll rise unafraid, we'll rise up, in spite of the ache, we'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again.
Wasn't that amazing? That was awesome, awesome. Once again, I'm Kyle Samuel, Chair of the Board of Trustees, and President Whitaker, please come forward and raise your right hand. Manya Whitaker, as President of Colorado College, elected by its duly constituted Board of Trustees, do you hereby promise to administer its affairs in keeping with its charter, its traditions, and its history, and insofar as your power lies, to foster and sustain it with the highest standards of intellectual life and public service?
I do so promise.
I now present you, and we don't have our tangibles. Yes, we don't have. One moment, please. It was perfect in rehearsal yesterday. So. Hey, exactly. There'll be more singing. Should we do it in spirit? Okay. We're going to ask you to use your imagination a bit. And so I now present you with the tangible symbol of presidential authority. The chain of command, which incorporates the Great Seal of the college and was a generous gift from our past board member and past board chair, Susie Burkhardt. At this point, I would put that over your head.
Thank you.
Yes. And the president?
I accept. I have to say the full thing. I have to say the full thing.
Yes.
I accept the chain of command in full realization of the responsibilities of this office.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to present to you Monya Whitaker, the 15th president of Colorado College.
So my phone rings. I pick up the phone. I'm like, oh, it's B. Okay. I'm like, she's not calling her mother. Something's up. What's up, B? Hi, Dad. No, she calls me Daddy. And that's when I know I'm in trouble. Hi, Daddy. Would you like to sing at my inauguration? I'm like, oh, yeah, I'd be honored. So she tells me the song. I'm like, great song. And I think about it. I'm like, but that's a song that's really dedicated to all of you who have been in her life and have supported and loved her all along this journey. So I sing this song on behalf of the Bees and present it to all of you. Never would have made it. Never could have made it without you. I would have lost it all. But now I see how you were there for me, and I can't say never would have made it. Said I never could have made it without you. I would have lost it all. But now I see how you were there for me, and I can say I'm stronger, I'm wiser, I'm better, much better. When I look back at all you brought me through, I can clearly see you were the one I held on to, and I'll never would have made it. No, never could have made it without. I would have lost my mind, but now I see how you were there for me, and I can't say never could have made it. Oh, said I would have lost my mind a long time ago if it had not been for you. Oh, you helped me be stronger. You made me wiser, and I'm better. Oh, so much better. When I look back at all you brought me through, I can clearly see you were the one I held on to. Said I'm stronger. Yes, I'm wiser. I'm better. So much better. Oh, you helped me make it. You helped me make it. All of you helped me make it. I can hear your brother say, I helped to make it. Never would have made it. No, I never could have made it. Oh, I would have lost my mind a long time ago if it had not been for all of you. I just want to say thank you. Never could have made it. No, never could have made it without every one of you. On behalf of the Whitaker family, thank you.
Now, we have to do this the right way, so here we go.
Thank you all. Lifting as we climb. I chose this as today's theme because it captures so much of my life. I'm a third-generation teacher, and in fact, my grandmother, Catherine Whitaker, who spent her career teaching high school science, is here with us today. Early in my life, my dad did all things public service, from teaching to social work to being the program manager in the low-income housing development. My mother, though never a formal teacher, was my teacher. Some of my strongest memories are watching my mom walk in the door around 6 p.m. after working an entire day, fielding me and my brothers and really every child's perennial question, "What's for dinner?" She would put down her purse, take off her shoes, and start cooking. And despite our prior query, my real question was, "Can you help me with this, Mom?" This ranged from vocabulary words and book reports in elementary school to history papers and science projects, studying for tests in high school. She was the one I called when I needed clay, feathers, and paint to make a 3D model of my pet bird, who was the primary subject of a year-long science project in 6th grade. She was who I called when I remembered that I had to bring cookies to school tomorrow, and when I realized at 8 p.m. that I didn't have enough poster paper to finish my assignment. Mom taught me how to walk in heels, how to drive, and how to apply thick silver eyeliner because I was the epitome of cool in the 90s. I integrated these concrete learnings into my growing life philosophy, one where my dad repeatedly encouraged me to sing that song. Sing that song. As an accomplished vocalist, Dad knows that I cannot sing. And as I got older, I realized he wasn't encouraging me to literally sing. He was telling me to do what's in my heart and to not hold back. So I did, and I haven't. And here I am, standing in front of you as the 15th president of Colorado College. But I'm not here because of me or because of Grandma's legacy, Mom's teachings, or Dad's life lessons. I'm here because of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965 that transformed what was possible for people of color and women. I'm here because of Shirley Chisholm, who in 1972 became the first Black woman to seek a major party's presidential nomination. Because of Willa Player, in 1956 became the first Black woman president of an accredited four-year institution. I am here today because Black women earn 60% of degrees offered to Black students, yet still only represent 3% of full professors and 2% of college presidents. I stand here knowing that I am both an exception and a promise. I follow in the footsteps of teachers like Patty Harburger, Jeff Gray, Ralph Pillsbury, Sonia McRoberts, Abigail Baird, Kathy Hoover Dempsey, Mike Tabor, Mike Edmonds, and dozens of others who saw something in me and created opportunities for me. These are the people who modeled what it means to lead for and with one another. So it makes sense that all of my personal mantras are variations of one another. Lead from the front. Start where you are, but don't stay there. Lifting as we climb. Lifting as we climb is the motto of the National Association of Colored Women, founded in 1896, whose inaugural president was Mary Church Terrell, a member of the incomparable Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. The NACW was established to advocate for the social, economic, and political advancement of Black women and their communities through education, suffrage, and anti-lynching campaigns. A radical vision of collective liberation at a time when both racism and sexism sought to silence their voices. So you see, lifting as we climb is not about me. It's about us. It's about remembering where you came from and not embarrassing the family. Honoring those who not only paved the way, but passed back bricks to elongate the path for others. Lifting as we climb is not about paying it forward, community service, or sending thoughts and prayers. When we lift, we advocate not just for diversity, but for belonging, for a campus where first-generation students, students of color, international students, students from every background don't just survive, but thrive. When we climb, we stand alongside and sometimes in front of those who face systems designed to keep them out, using whatever platform we have to dismantle barriers. Together, we create more spaces at the table. And when there's no more room, we build a bigger table, or better yet, we redesign the room to meet the needs of an entire community. That is how we intentionally elevate others, lifting their voices, their perspectives, their humanity. This philosophy is not just personal, it's institutional. It is woven into the fabric of who we are at Colorado College and who we must continue to become. Our block plan itself embodies this principle. We lift students by giving them the space to dive deep, focus intensely, and to discover themselves one course at a time. We lift each other through our commitment to the liberal arts, recognizing that education is not merely about individual achievement, but about cultivating citizens who will lift entire communities. That is the honor and the privilege of the presidency. No matter what chaos swirls in higher ed, I want to be very clear that this job is a privilege. And it is my pleasure and my goal to ensure that our 2,102 students are having the best years of their lives. And it is to all of our benefit that we keep future generations at the center of our decision-making. At commencement, I reminded the class of 2025 that they carry the future in their hands, and I remind us all of that again today. The students on this campus, and on every campus around the world, are our greatest hope. We've burdened them with the climate crisis that threatens the planet they will inherit, with rising authoritarianism that tests democratic institutions worldwide, with economic inequality that has reached levels unseen in generations, and with divisions that fracture the very communities they must rebuild. They carry our future in their hands. The least I can do is create conditions for them to discover their purpose, develop their voice, and deploy their talents as they claim their space in the world. The least we can do is to provide them with resources, mentorship, and unwavering support. And the best we can do is to remove the obstacles we've placed in their path. That is my job as the president, to clear the way. And that's the job of every educator, and at my core, I will always be a teacher. I learned from my grandmother that education is about challenging yourself. I learned from my father that teaching is about helping others find their song. My mother made it clear that learning happens everywhere, in kitchens at 8 p.m., in cars lapping around empty parking lots, and even in front of mirrors, applying questionable makeup choices. As president, I am still teaching, but now the work is institutional, shaping the conditions under which learning happens, ensuring that every student has what they need to find their voice and wield it with both conviction and care. My family gave me the foundation, the values, and the confidence to aim high. My husband keeps me afloat with love, partnership, and gentle reminders that presidents can and should watch reality TV. And the Colorado College community has instilled in me the belief that when we elevate others, we all rise higher. So let us move forward together, investing in our collective well-being. Let us create space for others to speak, engage with ideas that challenge us, and welcome the questions that make us uncomfortable. Let us raise standards of excellence while removing barriers that prevent too many from reaching them. This is our work. This is my calling. This is how we honor those who came before and serve those who come after. Let us never forget to look up and laugh and love and lift. Thank you. Thank you.
Happy Inauguration Day, Manya. I'm so excited to have you as our president. I think that CC embodies Lift as we climb in the very ethos of our student body. Students here are so incredibly passionate about the things that they're doing, and on the flip side, other students are very excited to receive that information. The competitive environment familiar to other liberal arts schools like CC isn't here at all. And I think a large part of that is because we have a team of administrators, and particularly administrators like Manya, so available to support us and so ready to encourage us to lift as we climb.
Lifting as we climb takes on particular importance to our basketball program, where we have a vision of growing champions by leveraging the CC distinction to create a co-curricular experience that challenges our student athletes in every facet of their life, hopefully growing change makers and champions long after they leave CC, much like happened for many of my teammates and classmates when we graduated from Colorado College. Tigers need to take care of Tigers, and we need to lift each other up. Let's go Tigers.
So to me, lifting as we climb really perfectly reflects Manya's approach as both a mentor and a professor. So she has always pushed us to think deeper, to rise higher, and reminded us that our growth isn't just for ourselves, but for the students that we serve, for the people we work with, and the communities that we serve.
Manya, congratulations on your inauguration, and thank you for your service. Lifting as we climb, what a perfect theme for Colorado College. Whether in the classroom as we collaborate with our fellow students, in the mountains, partnering, taking risks together, or in the communities that we serve, helping to lift up others.
Lifting as we climb means having professors who challenge you to grow and stretch and explore subjects you've never taken before, while being accessible and providing a safe and supportive environment for learning.
I've had the pleasure of working with President Whitaker for the last several years as we've been meeting with alumni and parents to talk about their philanthropic interests. When I think about her message of lifting as we climb, unsurprisingly, I think about those same generous donors that we've been meeting with. Whether that's somebody who's endowed a scholarship, or others who maybe have given back in honor of a faculty member because that department and everything they learned has shaped their lives. At Colorado College, we might be achievers, but it's really our ethos of service that calls on us to lift as we climb.
Congratulations on your inauguration. When I think about you and the motto "Lifting as we climb," I remember that after my interviews for my current position, your offer email to me went to my spam folder and I never got it. And rather than letting me slip into professional oblivion, you found me on social media. And even though I am still deeply mortified that I answered your Facebook message more quickly than I did your email, I am so grateful that you took the time to find me, an emerging scholar in an emerging field, and invited me to do the work that I do here at CC.
All of us at El Pomar Foundation are excited to congratulate Manya on her inauguration as president of Colorado College. We're also pleased to watch as Colorado Colleges lifts our community as they climb, whether it's climbing through faculty, through their students, or engagement and collaboration with the community. You see that collaboration through the Fine Arts Center, Robeson Arena, and so many other areas. Congratulations, go Tigers.
In my experience, Colorado College's approach to lifting as we climb can most notably be seen in the hard work and commitment from student and faculty engaged in on-campus activism. We're facing a moment of extreme repression towards student organizing on campuses that's unprecedented, and this is happening across the country. Something unlike I've seen before, and the unwavering bravery and voice of student organizing is critical at times like these. It's something I learned about in Manya's classes that focused on the history of education, and something that I learned about in my own time as a student organizer at CC.
The education department was at an inflection point. We were trying to redefine ourselves, and we were seeking someone with not just the scholarship and the know-how, but the capacity of leadership to help us move in a new direction. I'm grateful that Manya joined us in 2011. There's no doubt that Manya was incremental in helping the education department and the education profession lift as we climb, to ascend the importance of education as an endeavor of scholarship in the pursuit of democracy. I'm excited that Manya is leading the Tiger family. I'm very proud of this. I'm proud as a faculty member, as an alum from the class of 1986, the parent of 2 graduates, and the grandparent of a future CC Tiger.
Let's go, President Whitaker. Woohoo!
Blessings to you, President Whitaker. Please stand. A charge to keep I have, to serve this present age, my calling to fulfill. Let us go fulfill our charge. Let us go search for meaning, purpose, and truth in times like these. Let us go encourage our students while they grapple with complex ethical dilemmas and understand their roles as engaged citizens. Let us go make Dr. King's Great Society a reality. Let us go be brave and bold. As we go, may our light shine. Let it be a source of joy, peace, and wisdom wherever we find ourselves. Let us go with the courage to live and to love without fear or shame. Amen.